Hi traders, and welcome to the daily recap show for Friday the 27th of May, and today we're going to start with the S&P, and we said we needed to clear 4076.91 to see moves to the next resistance at 41.23 to 33, and if we could start to see sustained momentum above there, then we could see moves to the main resistance at 41.96 to 42.06. So let's go and have a look at the S&P on Friday. So as you can see here on the open, we got that first initial push through that zone at 40.76 to 91, and then we got the acceptance. We got the push up, and this was the acceptance above. We came back and held the 8 moving averages, and that was the catalyst for that move up to the next resistance zone at 41.23 to 33. And you can notice how on the first test of this we actually held it, and we actually held it for most of the US session. We just consolidated around that area. There wasn't actually really any reversal signals in this area to get short. There was enough for a nice reaction from that area, but no real reversal patterns there. There was a little bit of a breakout pattern here, and then obviously the continuation of the 8 moving average. They're very aggressive, but those are potential opportunities. And if you had managed to get long from various strategies in this area, then you would have probably, once you saw this action, you probably would then really want to be just booking your profits. You certainly would be wanting to manage the trade anyway in this area. Later on in the session, into the last hour, we then gained that acceptance above the zone here. And we got a push up, pull back, and then we actually held the moving averages here, although no real clean continuation pattern from that area. And coming late into the session, I wouldn't necessarily have traded this anyway. But you can see that we have started moving. With it being late in the session, we didn't make it up to that 41.96 to 206 area, but we can keep an eye on that in comparison to where we open on Monday's session. So the zone's acted really well, and there were some really nice opportunities there early on in the session to get long from that initial breakout to target that resistance zone at 41.23.33. So now let's go and have a look at the Dow from Friday. Okay, so with the Dow, we said it had found some resistance at 32.725 to 775, and it needed to clear here and then get a sustained break above 32.870 to 920 to see moves towards the main resistance at 33.280 to 33.340. So let's go and have a look at the Dow from Friday. Okay, so you can see that the Dow opened here and it pushed straight through that 32.725 to 775 resistance, came back on the retest and held it there, and then got that catalyst to push up to that 32.870 to 920 zone, which held us minor resistance, but we wanted to see the acceptance above there and a sustained break above there to get long towards the next main resistance. So we actually finally got that here. We got the push up, the pull back, and it held it there with a continuation pattern. So you're then, if you're either looking to get long from here or any other reason to get long to target up towards this zone here. Now, obviously, we haven't quite managed to hit it, but we, for all intents and purposes, have in the post-market session. So the zones have acted really well. For this, the price action became fairly choppy, so no real sort of really clear entries in this area here until we got that breakout. A bit like the S&P, we got the cleaner price action in that last hour, and you can generally see that the last hour and a half can be some really good times to trade these US markets. And actually, we got a pullback here and a really nice continuation pattern there going into the close. So a little bit of a tricky one to take into the close, but there is a nice pattern there. Other than that, this is probably the best one this is the best signal here earlier on in the session to get long once we had finally seen that break up above that zone there. So the zones acted really well on the American markets on Friday. They respected them well, and they treated them and done what we sort of said in our analysis. So hopefully you managed to take advantage of that, or you can see how you could potentially take advantage of that. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me in our Discord channels as part of the Keyzone service. If you're not already part of the Keyzone service and you would like to be, please come sign up completely free, receive these reports before the US market opens, join the Keyzone Traders community, discuss these setups with other like-minded traders, ask me any questions you have about the reports as well. The link to the sign up is in the box below on our YouTube channels. So I hope you're finding these reports useful. I hope you're having a great weekend, and I'll speak to you next week. Cheers.